Are you tired of having leftover or unsold product from your home-based bakery? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share with you tips and strategies for running a successful home-based bakery without leftovers and unsold baked goods. If that sounds like something you're interested in learning more about, then check out this full video because at the end I'm going to be sharing a link with you so that you can get the entire blog post that I've written on this topic. If we haven't met yet, my name's Allison and I'm a bakery business coach. And that means that I help home-based bakers just like you figure out how to run a more successful bakery business. All right, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to avoid the most dreaded, most talked about, most unpleasant side effect of pop-up shops and farmers market events. And that is when you baked too much product and you have leftover unsold baked goods. How can you avoid that so that, what can you do so that that doesn't happen again? Well, first of all, when you do that, when you try to guess how much you're going to sell by thinking about who's going to be coming to the farmer's market or how many people are going to be showing up on your porch sale, or which holiday event you're going to decide to promote and which sales you're going to be having, you're just guessing at who's going to be buying your stuff. And sometimes we guess too high and we have leftover product. And leftovers means that you've spent time and you've spent money on ingredients making these things that didn't sell. And then the flip side of that is when you guess too low and you actually just sell out early and you have customers that wanted to buy from you, but they couldn't because you were out of product. So in that scenario as well, you're losing money. So what I'm going to share with you today is 7 tips to help you begin to take pre-order sales. Taking pre-order sales is the answer to the unsold leftover problem or the sold out early problem. All right, so how do you go about getting customers to pre-order from you so that you have the product sold before you even turn on your oven and start baking? Well, my first tip is we're going to take it all the way back to right when you're just setting up your business and deciding what your policies are going to be. You're going to set your hours. Setting your hours is one of the best things that comes from working for yourself. You get to decide when you want to bake and when you don't want to bake. And there can be a lot of factors that go into this, like, do you have a full-time job that you need to work around? Or do you have family commitments that come first? So you're going to take a look at your entire day-to-day life and decide what are the things that are going to get in the way of your baking business or that your baking business needs to work around. And then you're going to have an idea of when you can bake. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is to start to use a template or a schedule to look at what your average baking week or month looks like. So some people use a planner, like a calendar or paper planner. I have a tool, which if you watch all the way to the end of this video, I'll give you a link to get a free download that helps you schedule your time. So the big picture is we're looking at our time, we're thinking about when we're baking, when we're not baking, and we're writing it down so that there is some structure to your baking business. All right, and then the next thing that you're going to do is look at the season and plan your sales and your promotions. So looking at when you decided you were and weren't going to work, now you're going to take a look at which holidays and sales you're going to take part in. So if I were looking at this summer, for example, I would have looked at Memorial Day and Father's Day and 4th of July and my own vacation schedule with my family and said, I'm going to participate in, let's see, I'm not going to do a Memorial Day sale. I will do a Father's Day sale, and I have family plans on the 4th of July, so I won't do that one. So then I could look at my summer, my June and July, and say my big sale is going to be Father's Day. And then I know that I need to open up my availability or really promote that one sale. So one of the things that happens when you don't have a plan about which holidays you're going to do is that you tend to want to try to do all of them. And that's a perfect recipe for ending up with unsold product. But when you have a plan before you start, then you can promote it with plenty of time in advance to get your customers on social media aware of your holiday sale, pre-sell those items, and only bake the ones that have been paid for and ordered by your customers. All right, so the next tip that I have for you is to show up consistently on your social media. Whether you use Instagram or Facebook or any of the other social media platforms to connect with your customers, you need to show up regularly. And what that means is don't just go on when you're ready to sell them something. When you're planning one of these events, we'll use the Father's Day sale as an example. You want to build excitement about your event and get your customers thinking about you and that event together. So you start early and you're promoting Father's Day, but maybe you're not just promoting your sale. Maybe you're also talking about Father's Day and sharing your own plans and, just building this awareness about the holiday. I'm sure that you've noticed when you go shopping during the holidays, you go into a store and they have their holiday decor out way before the season has started. And I don't know the exact retail reason, but what I think happens is that you start to think about this holiday when you walk into that store. So I'll use the craft store Michael's, for example. I may just be running in for a little something and I'll stop and be like, oh, look at all this cute Father's Day stuff. I'm thinking about Father's Day way before the event, but I'm thinking about it in connection with Michael's. And that's what I think is sort of a subliminal advertising trick that they use to get you to start to associate your holiday buying and planning with that store. So that's just my own personal theory, but I've used that in my businesses before. I'll start my holiday promotions very, very early. And then that reminds my customers that I'm the one that they should be buying their baked goods from in association with that holiday. And you can do the same thing. So staying active on your social media well before the holiday and reminding people that if you're buying something for Father's Day, that they should be buying it from you. Okay, so I hope this is starting to give you some ideas about how you can show up for your customers and plant in their heads how to begin to order from you for those events, because that's what this is all about. We're cultivating customers who are going to prepay for their orders. The next thing that you can do to make it easy for your customers to pre-order from you is to create an order form that they can use using Google Forms. And if you haven't used Google Forms before, what you can do with Google Forms is you can customize a form or a questionnaire or survey or whatever you want to format it as that can gather information from your customers where you will receive it as an email. So it's really simple to use. You just need to have a Google account, which opens up the whole platform of Google Apps, the Google Workspace for you. And then Google Forms is one of the apps in their editing studio. It allows you to choose different drop-down options. So each question you can format however you would like. You can put in multiple flavor options. You can put in sizes. You can allow your customers to upload a photo for inspiration. If you're a custom cake decorator, for example, you can create a form that works perfectly for your menu and the types of options that your customers will have. They can fill that form out and submit it to you. And you can create a link from your Google Forms and share it throughout your social media platforms. So now you have a link, an order from me link that you can share on your Facebook page, in your Facebook group, on your Instagram bio. You can share it anywhere you interact with your customers. You can stick it in a DM or a Facebook Messenger message, or you can put it in an email, and it makes it really easy for your customers to order from you. Now, my final tip is to take prepayments for the orders from your customers. And the best way to do that is to use a Square account. Now, Square account is going to allow you to create an account. When you create the account, you get this free Square Reader, the credit card swiper, which is great when you're doing in-person events like farmers markets or porch sales or anything like that. And you're going to create a Square dashboard. You're going to customize your dashboard by creating items, and it's a point of sale app that you can use, which is going to allow you to create an invoice for your items. So you receive your Google form by email of a customer who is interested in ordering cookies from you for your Father's Day sale, and they tell you, oh, I think I'd like to order about a dozen, and could you do something that looks like this? Let me upload my photo. And then you can reply to them by email. Yes, I can do those things. Your ideas are great and I love them. And here's some of mine that I think you can see the quality of my work. And here's an estimate for that work. And you can create the estimate just by using your Square dashboard and dragging and dropping your different items that you've already created in your dashboard. Now your customer is going to get an email from you, and they're going to be able to pay right inside that email. So now you have created this cycle, this system of promoting your product online for the events that you're going to participate in, the holidays that you want to sell for, and you're showing up on social media. Your customers are getting familiar with you. They're getting to know and like you and your brand. They know how to order from you. You know how to invoice them, and their orders are paid for before you even turn on your oven. Now, I hope that this is giving you some creative ideas on improvements and changes and tweaks that you can make in your baking business so that you never get left with this unsold product or a missed sale by not having baked enough for the events that you decide to bake for. Now, I promised you a link to a couple of resources, and what I have is a blog post on this topic. So if you want to learn more about any of the tips that I shared in this video, go ahead and visit that blog post. I'll drop the link in the comments below, as well as the bakery scheduler tool. This is going to help you to manage your time, book your availability, and eventually be able to say, yay, I'm fully booked. My time slots for this holiday are completely full. Now, how great would that be to be able to post on your social media, yes, I'm fully booked for this holiday. Thank you to my loyal customers. Here's how you can work with me in the future. Well, all that is possible if you use the tips that I just went through, as well as a scheduler to help you manage your time and availability. And that is going to be available as a free download through my website as well. So both of those links are going to be in the comments, and I would love for you to take advantage of those free resources that I have available for you. I want to thank you for watching today's video. If you found it helpful, useful, if you picked up a tip or a trick along the way, then you could show your gratitude by giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel so that whenever I post videos about home baking business topics, you will get notified and learn something new so that you can make more money and keep more profit from your home baking business. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.